Picture yourself waking at 3 in the morning, heart pounding. The image is still fresh behind your eyelids. You have had this dream 3 nights in a row now. The details change, but the feeling remains the same. A doorway you have never walked through. A staircase leading somewhere you cannot see. A voice calling your name from a direction that does not exist in waking life. You tell yourself it means nothing. Just random neurons firing. Just stress. Just your mind processing the day. But something inside you knows better. Something deeper recognizes what is happening. And that recognition brought you here tonight. Right now, before we go any further, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. What you are about to learn is not going to be taught anywhere else. And the algorithm actively suppresses content like this. Click that button so you do not lose access to what is coming. The year is 1952. A psychiatrist named Carl Jung sits in his study in Switzerland, dying of heart failure. He has spent his entire career studying dreams, consciousness, and what he called the collective unconscious. And in his final writings, he documented something the academic world tried desperately to ignore. He discovered that patients who were approaching major life transitions, people on the edge of massive change, whether they consciously knew it or not, began experiencing 5 specific dream patterns, not similar dreams. The same structural signatures appearing across cultures, across time periods, across belief systems. Jung called these archetypal warnings. He believed they came from a source beyond the individual psyche, something vast and ancient trying to communicate through the only language that bypasses the rational mind, symbols and sleep. But here is what Jung never published, what his estate kept sealed for decades after his death. In his private journals, he wrote that these 5 dream signs were not random evolutionary artifacts. They were intentional messages. And the source of these messages was what humans have always called God, the divine intelligence, the architect of consciousness itself. Jung knew that publishing this would destroy his credibility, so he documented it in secret, hoping that one day the world would be ready. Tonight, you're going to learn exactly what he discovered. 5 signs God leaves in your dreams that a major life change is coming. Not metaphors, not psychological projections. Actual communication from a source that knows your future before you live it. If you have experienced even one of these signs in the past 30 days, comment the words, "I see the message right now." This is not just engagement. This is your acknowledgement that you are ready to understand what your dreams have been trying to tell you. The first sign is the infinite building. Pay attention because this is the most common sign and the most frequently ignored. In this dream, you find yourself inside a structure. Sometimes it is a house, sometimes a hotel, sometimes an office building or a mansion or a hospital. The specific setting changes, but the core experience remains identical. The building is far larger than it appears from the outside. You open a door expecting a closet and find a hallway. You walk down the hallway and discover entire wings you did not know existed. Rooms upon rooms, floors upon floors, spaces that seem to expand infinitely the more you explore. Sometimes these rooms are furnished and waiting. Sometimes they are empty. Sometimes they're filled with objects from your past, people you have not thought about in years, fragments of memories you thought you had forgotten. Most people wake from this dream confused. They mention it once to a friend who shrugs and says, "Weird dream," and then both forget about it entirely. But this dream is not random. This is God showing you the architecture of your own untapped potential. Here is how it actually works. Your consciousness right now is operating within a very narrow bandwidth of awareness. You go to work. You pay your bills. You maintain your relationships. You occupy the same mental and emotional rooms day after day, year after year. This is not wrong. This is necessary for basic survival. But within you exist entire dimensions of capability, creativity, wisdom, and power that remain completely dormant because you have never needed to access them. The infinite building dream appears when God is preparing to open one of those doors. When a major life change is approaching, a change that will require you to access parts of yourself you have never used, God begins the activation process through your dreams. The building represents your consciousness. The new rooms represent capacities that are about to come online. The feeling of discovery in the dream is your soul recognizing that it is far more than it believed itself to be. Listen carefully. If you have had this dream recently, the change coming is not small. This is not about getting a promotion or moving to a new apartment. This is structural transformation. Something in your life is about to shift so dramatically that you will need to become a different version of yourself to navigate it. And God is showing you in advance that you have what it takes. Those rooms exist. Those capacities are real. You are far larger than you have been living. The question is, will you recognize the sign? Will you prepare yourself? Or will you dismiss the dream as meaningless and find yourself overwhelmed when a change arrives? There's a practice the mystics use when they receive this dream. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your chest and speak these words aloud. I accept the rooms I have not entered. I am ready to become who I have not yet been. Do not analyze it. Do not question whether you believe it. Just speak it. This is not magic. This is alignment. You are signaling to the divine intelligence that sent the dream that you receive a message, and you are preparing yourself for what is coming. The second sign is the vehicle you cannot control. This dream comes in variations, but the core is always the same. You are in a car, a plane, a train, a boat. You are moving, but something is wrong. Maybe you are in the passenger seat and no one is driving. Maybe you are behind the wheel, but the brakes do not work. Maybe you are pressing the gas, but the vehicle will not accelerate. Maybe the steering wheel turns, but the vehicle does not respond. Sometimes a vehicle is moving too fast. Sometimes it is going in the wrong direction. Sometimes it is heading toward a cliff, a wall, water, off the edge of a bridge. And no matter what you do, you cannot stop it. You wake with your heart racing, adrenaline flooding your system, the panic still fresh in your chest. Every psychological interpretation will tell you this dream represents anxiety about losing control in your waking life. And that is partially true, but it is not the full picture. Here is what those interpretations miss. This dream does not appear when you are anxious. It appears when God is about to remove your illusion of control, because something far better than your plan is ready to unfold. Think about your life right now. How much energy do you spend trying to control outcomes? How many hours do you waste attempting to force situations, people, and circumstances to align with what you think should happen? How often do you lie awake at night strategizing, planning, worrying, trying desperately to maintain your grip on a future you cannot see? This is a human condition. We believe we are in the driver's seat. We believe our plans matter. We believe that if we just think hard enough, work hard enough, control tightly enough, we can steer our lives towards safety and success. And then God sends a vehicle dream. This dream is not a warning that something bad is coming. It is an announcement that your plan is about to be overridden by a plan so much greater than yours that your mind cannot yet comprehend it. The vehicle represents your life path. The loss of control represents the transition point where God takes the wheel. When this dream appears, a major life change is imminent. And that change will not happen the way you expect. It will not follow your timeline. It will not match your strategy. Doors you have been pushing on will close. Doors you never saw will open. People you thought were permanent will exit. People you never imagined will arrive. Opportunities you rejected will circle back. Plans you made will dissolve. And through all of it, you'll feel exactly like you feel in the dream, out of control, unable to steer, heading towards something you cannot see. But here's the part psychology misses and mysticism understands. That feeling of losing control is not the problem. That feeling is the birth canal. Every major transformation in human life requires a death of the old and a birth of the new. And no birth happens without that terrifying moment where you have to let go and trust a process you cannot manage. God sends his dream to prepare you, to warn you that control is ending, to tell you in advance that your job is not to steer. Your job is to trust. There's something you must do when this dream comes. The next morning, find a quiet space. Close your eyes. Place both hands over your heart and say this aloud. I release my need control. I trust the intelligence that dreamed me into existence. I surrender my plan for the plan that is greater. Say it until you feel the resistance in your chest begin to soften. You will know when it happens. There will be a moment where the fear gives way to something else. Not confidence, not certainty, something deeper. Relief. The relief of finally putting down the impossible weight of trying to control everything. Major change is coming. And God is telling you right now, let me drive. The third sign is a forgotten child. This is the dream that wakes you with tears already streaming down your face. In the dream, you suddenly remember that you have a child. Sometimes it is a baby, sometimes a toddler, occasionally an older child. But the core is always the same. You forgot they existed. Maybe you left them in another room and hours have passed. Maybe you have not fed them in days. Maybe you realize you have an entire child you have not thought about in weeks, months, years. The panic in the dream is overwhelming. Not just guilt, existential horror. How could I forget? What kind of person forgets a child? You wake feeling shaken, disturbed, sometimes ashamed. If you mention this dream to others, they reassure you it is just anxiety. If you are a parent, they say it is normal parental fear. If you're not a parent, they say it is just a weird dream. But both are wrong. This dream has nothing to do with actual children. The forgotten child in your dream is not a person. It is a part of you. Specifically, it is a gift, a talent, a calling, a deep soul purpose that you buried years ago because life demanded something else. Maybe you were an artist who stopped creating because you needed to make money. Maybe you were a healer who went into corporate work because it felt safer. Maybe you had a vision when you were young, something you knew you were meant to do, but someone told you it was unrealistic and you listened. Maybe you had a passion that made you come alive, but you stuffed it down because the people around you did not understand it. That gift did not die. It went into stasis. It has been waiting in the basement of your consciousness, starving for attention, desperate for you to remember it exists. And now, because a major life change is coming, God is showing you that child in your dreams. Why now? Because a change that is approaching is going to create space for that gift to live again. The life you've been maintaining, the structures you have built, the roles you have been playing are about to shift. And in that shift, a door is opening, a door back to the part of you that you abandoned. Here is what most people do not realize. That forgotten child is not just something you used to care about. It is the key to your next chapter. The major life change coming is not random. It is intentional. It is designed specifically to realign you with your purpose. And that purpose is connected directly to the gift you buried. God is not showing you this dream to make you feel guilty. God is showing you this dream to wake you up before the change arrives, so you are ready to pick that child up when the door opens. Let me tell you what happens if you ignore the sign. The change comes. The old structures fall away. The space opens. But because you did not recognize the message, you fill that space with more of the same. Another job that does not fit. Another relationship that drains you. Another version of the life you've been tired of living. And the gift stays buried. The child stays forgotten. And 5 years later, you are still wondering why you feel empty. But if you recognize the sign, everything changes. Here is your practice. Tonight, sit in silence. Close your eyes. Ask this question aloud. What part of me did I leave behind? Do not think. Do not analyze. Just wait. An image will come. A memory. A feeling. A knowing. That is a child. That is the gift. And your only job right now is to acknowledge it. You do not have to quit your job tomorrow. You do not have to change everything overnight. You just have to say, I see you. I remember you. I am not leaving you behind anymore. That acknowledgement is enough to begin the reconnection. And when the major change comes, you will be ready to bring that gift with you into the new chapter. The fourth sign is water rising. You are in a house, a building, or a car, and water begins to come in. Sometimes it seeps under the door. Sometimes it pours through the windows. Sometimes you look outside and realize a flood is coming, and there is nowhere to go. The water rises slowly or quickly, but it always rises. And you are trapped. You try to find higher ground. You try to seal the doors. You try to save things. But the water keeps coming. Most dream interpreters will tell you water represents emotion, and rising water means you are overwhelmed. Once again, partially true, but incomplete. The rising water dream does not come when you are emotionally overwhelmed. It comes when God is about to flood your life with something so abundant, so overwhelming, so much greater than what you have now that your current structures cannot contain it. Water in dreams is not just emotion. Water is life force. Water is blessing. Water is the substance of creation itself. And when God is preparing to pour a new level of provision, opportunity, connection, or anointing into your life, the dream comes first. Because here's the problem. You cannot receive the new level in your current container. The life you have built, the routines you maintain, the relationships you tolerate, the beliefs you hold, they are all designed for the level you are on right now. They are the right size for your current capacity. But when a major upgrade is coming, those structures become limitations. The rising water in your dream represents the new level trying to enter. The panic you feel represents your ego recognizing that everything is about to change. The house flooding is not destruction. It is preparation for expansion. Here is what is coming. In the physical world, this shows up as sudden opportunities that seem too big. Job offers that feel beyond your qualifications. Relationships that feel too good to be true. Ideas that feel too large to execute. Invitations into rooms you did not think you belonged in. Money appearing in amounts you are not used to managing. Visibility you did not ask for. Responsibility you are not sure you can handle. Your first instinct will be to stop the water, to say no, to shrink back, to convince yourself you are not ready. But God is sending this dream to tell you the water is coming whether you feel ready or not. And your job is not to stop it. Your job is to let the old structures flood so the new ones can be built. There is a reason this dream feels terrifying. Expansion always does. Because expansion requires you to let go of the identity you have been defending. You have spent years becoming the person you are right now. You have worked hard to build your life, your reputation, your sense of self. And now God is saying that version is complete. It is time to become someone greater. The water is not here to drown you. The water is here to lift you. Your practice is this. When you wake from the rising water dream, do not push it away. Sit with it, feel the fear, and then say this aloud. I am ready for the flood. I release what cannot hold the new level. I trust that what is coming is greater than what I am leaving. Write those words down. Put them somewhere you will see them every day. Because in the coming weeks and months, opportunities are going to appear that feel too big. And you are going to need to remember this moment. You are going to need to remember that God warned you this was coming, and that the fear you feel is not a stop sign. It is a signal that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. The fifth sign is a test you cannot pass. You are back in school. Sometimes high school, sometimes college, sometimes a classroom that does not exist in your waking memory. And there is a test, an exam you forgot about, a final you did not study for, a presentation you are not prepared to give. You sit at the desk, the paper is in front of you, and you do not know the answers. Sometimes you cannot even read the questions. Sometimes the words swim on the page. Sometimes you know you are going to fail, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. The panic is visceral. You wake feeling unprepared, inadequate, behind. If you are someone who has been out of school for decades, this dream feels especially absurd. Why am I still dreaming about tests? Why does this keep happening? Here is why. The test dream does not come when you are unprepared. It comes when God is about to promote you into a situation where your old knowledge will not work. Everything you have learned up to this point has brought you to this moment. Your skills, your experience, your education, your street smarts, they have all served you well. They got you to where you are. But where you are going requires something you do not have yet. A new level of wisdom, a new way of thinking, a new operating system entirely. And God is using this dream to tell you that the change coming is going to put you in rooms where you will not have all the answers, where you cannot rely on what you already know, where you will be forced to trust intelligence beyond your intellect. This is terrifying for competent people. If you are someone who prides yourself on being prepared, being knowledgeable, being the one with answers, this dream shakes your identity because it is showing you a future where you are the beginner again, where you are the student, not the master, where you do not know, and you have to be okay with not knowing. Here is what is actually happening. The major life change approaching is going to require you to operate at a level of intuition you have never accessed. It is going to require you to make decisions without enough information. to move without guarantees, to speak without a script, to lead without a map. And the only way you can do that is if you stop relying on your mind and start trusting the direct download from God. The test you cannot pass in the dream represents the old way of operating, the way where you figured everything out in advance, where you studied, prepared, controlled. That way is ending, not because it was wrong, but because it is too small for where you are going. God is failing you on purpose, not to shame you, but to graduate you into a completely different mode of knowing. Let me tell you what to do with this. When the test dream comes, thank it. I know that sounds strange, but do it anyway. Say out loud, "Thank you for showing me I cannot pass with what I know. I am ready to learn a new way. I am ready to trust the answers that come without study." And then, in your waking life, start practicing this. When you face a decision and you do not have enough information, instead of spiraling into research and analysis, pause. Get quiet. Ask, "What does the intelligence inside me know?" And wait. An answer will come, not from your head, from somewhere deeper. That is the new operating system activating. That is a knowledge that does not come from books. The change is coming, and it is going to put you in situations where your competence will not save you, but your connection will. If even one of these 5 signs appeared in your dreams in the past month, you are standing at a threshold. God has been speaking to you in a language that bypasses your rational mind, planting signs in your sleep, preparing you for a transformation you cannot yet see. These are not random images. These are not psychological projections. These are intentional messages from the intelligence that architects your existence. The infinite building told you that you are larger than you have been living. The vehicle you cannot control told you to surrender your plan for the greater plan. The forgotten child told you to remember the gift you buried. The rising water told you the new level is coming, and your old structures cannot contain it. The test you cannot pass told you to stop relying on your mind and trust the knowing that comes from beyond it. All 5 signs point to the same truth. Everything is about a change. The shadow that appeared in the corner of your vision, the whisper you could not understand, the sudden encounter with someone you had never met before. All of these are threads in the same tapestry. Each is a vibration sent directly to the core of your being, bypassing the filters you have built with reason and habit. If you are willing to notice, if you are willing to feel, you will recognize them as a pulse of a universe that has always known you, even before you remembered yourself. Do not underestimate the language of subtlety. God does not always speak in thunder. Sometimes it is in the tremor beneath your chest as you lie awake, in the shiver that runs down your spine when a word or phrase resonates deep within. That tremor is a signal, a key, a reminder that there is more behind the veil than the eye can see. The infinite building, the vehicle, the forgotten child, the rising water, the test, these are not simply metaphors. They are coordinates, pointing you to your next threshold. You may feel anxiety, confusion, or a restless energy as these signs multiply in your life. That is a natural consequence of approaching a threshold. Thresholds are never comfortable. They demand that you release the familiar, the comfortable, the known, and step into the unknown. Notice the vehicle you cannot control. Its wheels spin on a path you cannot see, and yet it moves with an intelligence that surpasses your planning. This is a call to surrender, not to give up, but to align with a greater rhythm. Your mind has been trained to command, to manipulate, to orchestrate outcomes. But here, in the realm of thresholds, the mind's instruments are inadequate. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is recognition. It is a realization that there is a current larger than your personal will, a river that flows towards something you cannot yet comprehend. You may resist it, but resistance is simply friction against evolution. Allow the vehicle to carry you. Trust that the unseen driver has always known the destination. The forgotten child appears in dreams and memories alike, sometimes as a laugh, sometimes as a tear. This child is not merely a part of your past. It is a symbol of your original potential, the gifts you buried beneath fear, obligation, and the weight of expectation. You may have spent years conforming, rationalizing, and numbing the spark within you. That spark is still alive, and it calls for recognition. Pay attention to it. Nurture it. The child reminds you that you were born with capacities you have forgotten, with wisdom that has never left you. To ignore the child is to deny the truth of your own design. To embrace it is to open a doorway to possibility you have never imagined. All 5 signs converge upon a singular truth. You are on the verge of a leap, not a small adjustment, not a mere course correction, but a shift that will recalibrate the very axis of your existence. Your life has been a preparation for this moment, a training ground for the awakening that is arriving. The signs are both warning and invitation. Ignore them at your peril. Heed them at your peril of comfort, but in surrender lies liberation. You are being called to step into a version of yourself that is more expansive, more luminous, and more aligned with the unseen currents that have always supported you. Comment below which sign you have seen. Let other people know they are not alone. Subscribe to this channel right now because the teachings coming next go even deeper. And if this video found you at 3 in the morning, if something pulled you here when you should be sleeping, that is not coincidence. That is confirmation. The change is closer than you think. And now you know how to read the signs.